Hi everyone, it's Liz from Crafting with Nani. How is your Friday going? Did everybody survive Christmas? All right, I hope everybody got what they were asking Santa for, or if you had to buy it yourself, or if you got to spend it with family. My husband and I had a quiet day by ourselves. If you see that red live button, that means we're live. If you don't, that means you're watching a replay, which is fun. If you put in like the hashtag replay, then hi Lori, it will pop up and let me know that you watched, so that way I can say hi to you. I'm just bringing myself up on my laptop because when I flip the camera down, sometimes it's hard for me to read the comments, and it's easier for me to read them on my laptop. So we're going to start a new journal today. This one is for a friend of mine who absolutely loves Tweety Bird. Her name is Kathy. Sometimes she pops on. I'm not sure if she'll pop on today or not, but she's in California. Hi, Elite Bling Bloss. Hi, Laura. Hi, Deborah. Thank you for coming in. I'm doing good. It's 80 degrees here in West Texas. So I got this book, and this is what we're going to make our major journal out of. And then Cindy gifted me this book, and it's almost the same shape. It's different. It's a different book, but we're going to use this for ephemera pages and extra pages to put in the journal. So this is kind of going to be like a upscale, like a golden book, but it's going to be sewn together, obviously different. We're just going to kind of incorporate these two stories together and put some other papers in here, and I hope we have some fun with it. I was just thinking my sewing basket is on the bottom down here. I do that to me every time. I know I'm gonna need it, so let me just try and see if I can get it without knocking everything over. We'll probably need that too. So did everybody have a wonderful Christmas? And don't fall. My sewing machine table is one of the old-fashioned sewing machines that if you move the pedals, like it has the wheel, and it'll just everything will flip, so I have to be careful. It is a big-headed Tweety, isn't it? Look at that. So I hope everybody, I got, Santa brought me a set of Tim Holtz scissors, and I am ecstatic to have them. I haven't tried them all out yet. And even last night I was laughing at myself because I was fussy cutting with my old scissors. And I'm like, you got new ones. Why are you not fussy cutting with them? You know, I'm a creature of habit, so I just picked up what was on the table. But we'll keep those out. And I just have this little rack over here, and I hang my scissors from it. Hi, Penny. How are you? So let's see what we can come up with for like getting this book apart. I don't have a long arm staple, and that's what this was put together with, is with a staple. I don't have one. So we will be sewing our journal in. Now what I want to do is to make sure I keep the storybook intact. And this looks to be a one signature story. So hopefully we can do that and still add in some cute pages. So Jimmy Lou is not feeling good today, so she will not be rushing to get on behind me. A 1908 reprint. Wow. Oh my goodness, that is a score. Look at that. How fun. Hopefully you'll just photocopy some of the pages and use them instead of tearing them out. That's neat, Janet. So we're just going to try and take these out. I have a couple of tools, and then I grabbed some pages and papers and different stuff to see if we can build a pretty signature for her. So I'm going to take my little scraper tool here, or putty knife, or whatever you want to call it, and try and get my staples up. Unfortunately, my hands are still boo-booed from my burn, And because of my burn, I've been using other fingers differently, and now I've like just shut the door on one of my other fingers. I'm like, man, I don't think the Lord wants me to have hands right now. So I don't know what he's trying to tell me. Maybe he's trying to tell me, sit on the couch and behave yourself. I don't know. Hi, Angie. Thank you for coming in. Hey, thank you for the stars, Lynette. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming in. So I'm just trying to, I'm going to use my table to see if I can pop up those staples, and that just bent it back down a little bit. Sometimes you can use the table to help pop up so you can get under that staple. And somewhere I have a staple remover, but do you think I know where it is at the moment? No. Actually, I think it's in my cupboard. So, oops, I don't want to throw that on the floor because I have, you know, the puppy dog. And my puppy dog, I say puppy dog, she's almost 2 now. She got a whole bunch of new clothes for Christmas, so she's a happy girl. I know, that is awesome. She's got a new dress on if you want me to show you her new dress. Emma, come here. And what are you chewing on? Don't be chewing on that. Come here. Over here. Come here. Show everybody your new dress. Come here. Oh, you don't have a dress on. You don't wear dresses. You're a big boy. This is Emma's little dress she's got on today. It's kind of just a little Snoopy shirt. Yesterday she had a cute one on that, oh yeah, my hands are hurting big time. But anyways, it is what it is. I get burnt in the craft room all the time. My craft room is in my guest bedroom, so I have to kind of keep my supplies kind of to the side in case I ever do get a guest. So we have our pages here separated. They're not numbered, and I almost think I should number them just in case. But I'm going to do my best to leave them intact. I'll set them down over here on my computer maybe. Hi, Deborah. Thank you for coming out. Hi, Debbie. How are you? Thank you for kicking out my cow patties. They are cooking right now, man, because it is 80 degrees outside. So we got some cow patties going on. For anybody that's new, my name is Liz, and we live on a ranch out in West Texas. And there's 4 generations that live on the ranch. And we have a lot of cow patties because we got a lot of cows. So this one was stapled as well. So we'll try and take this staple out. Like I said, I don't want my dog getting the staples. She's a little booger. She's a little booger. So we got that one. And then I'm gonna, since this is also a story, I'm gonna try and keep this story intact as well. And we'll slip this story in between. And hopefully, Kathy, if you're on or when she gets this, she'll realize that the smaller pages is a separate story from the larger pages. Hopefully. Now we have this cover and this cover that we can use as templates for our pages. I can get these tools out of the way, except for my Tim Holtz scissors. And we'll try and see if we can build some fun signatures real quick. So I was looking at this, and to me, Tweety Bird and Sylvester is all about the bright, kind of the yellows and the purple, all of the bright colors, you know. So I'm just picking things out that I know are like, and I know Kathy loves flowers. So I'm gonna take this one and I'll fold it. And I should get my board up here because it has a nice scoring tool. Thank you, Debbie, for kicking out the cow patties. Thank you, Lynette, for kicking out my cow patties. I appreciate it so much. It's about the only way that we really ever get spread out anymore, especially if you have like a business page, because you can't really just ask people to join you. So I'm just going to make sure, this is kind of a heavy See, now that hurts if I touch my thumb. It doesn't hurt if it's not touched. So this looks like it's gonna fit into this one just fine. So we'll stick this piece, and I'm just gonna take the pages and stick them wherever they may lay. So we have one in there, and we know that this is going to go, and I'm going to still use it as my template to know what size. So I have this funky paper. It's by this paper studio, and it's kind of almost like a tree bark, really. I mean, it's really kind of a neat paper. It's very textured. So I'm thinking of trying to get a piece that'll fit through this bigger. I wish they wouldn't put, well, that tag actually came off, so I can't really complain about that one. Sometimes the tags just don't come off very good when they tag their papers. So I am going to cut this one down, and I could measure this so we know how high our book is. So we can't have any pages over 8 inches. So really I don't want anything over 7.5 inches. And I don't want anything over, well, we'll say even 7 inches wide. So 7 by 7 square would work. So let's cut this down to 7 inches. And that's right where that fold, that's right where that tear was on here. So we can actually put this in on the other one and use it as a pocket. Oh, I will. I'm sorry. I forgot all about putting my camera down. Thank you for reminding me. Let me put my camera down. Thank you for letting me know. What would I do without you guys? So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to cut it down just a little bit so we can use it in the other signature. And that'll be a fun thing to work off of inside of this other one. Like I said, I'm just kind of putting, I think I'll actually put this one up against that other white one, and that will help me make pockets maybe with that one. So it will be a 2 signature, but it will be a 2 signature probably sewn together as one. Does that make sense? And for some reason this is not straight. I don't know why. But anyways, like I said, Jimmy Lou's not coming on today. She's got the flu or got something. She's got a little bug. So I'm not going to rush. If we run over our hour, we might stay on just so we can, if we're close to finish up, or if not, then we'll continue on another day. But I'm not in any rush to get off for it, because normally she has her sale and then whoever's watching me anyways leaves. So, so hopefully we'll stick it out and see. So as you can see, I'm just kind of feeding them in, and I'm trying to do that so I don't get the book out of order. So I'm just going to stick that there. And like I said, we still have our covers to kind of give us our guideline. And then I have this. It is kind of thinner. It's a 12 by 12, but it's thinner paper. And I just thought the colors went really well with it. So I think we'll cut this down, and maybe we can stick this in. So we know we want it by 7. So, and this one will probably fit perfect inside of here, so we can use it twice. So I'm just going to fold this in half, and then we're just going to trim this one down, and we can put this one inside. So yeah, 5 will work. So let me put that, because this paper just really pops those colors very nicely. And then we've got to go by 7 inches, which I think we'll have that, because this is only 6 inches. So now we'll stuff this one in here somewhere. But I do like the colors. It kind of mimics And we'll put it, I think, on this green, on this page that has like the green colors in it. And I think that'll go nicely in there. And it's just got the greens and the blues, and I think that'll be pretty. Hi, Carol, how are you? Hey, Jamie, how are you doing? Hi, Teresa, how are you? Thank you for kicking out the cow patties. And then I have this one that is an odd size. It's a 10-inch. I'm thinking I must have cut it down already and just used 2 inches of it, because I don't have any books that are 10 inches. But we do need it by 7. And she loves butterflies. So I'm going to put this butterfly in. And we can probably, again, use this in 2 spots. Because we have 2 different size books. And that's not cut very straight. So let me fold it and then we'll cut it better. Because whenever I cut it the first time, I didn't cut it very straight, that's for sure. So that's better. So we have this one, and I think we'll put this next to this purple here. And then we'll go through it again and definitely before we sew it together, because we want to make sure our butterflies are flying the right direction. Hi, Lisa. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for sprinkling out my cow patties. I hope you're having a wonderful day after Christmas. It's 80 degrees here in West Texas. It's nuts. It is nuts. I'm wearing shorts. It doesn't feel like Christmas. Everybody else is having, you know, rain, sleet, snow. I want some of that. And now I have this this green, but I love the back. It's kind of springy, and to me, Tweety Bird seems springy, right? So it is directional, so I'm going to go 7 high. And I'm going to go and see. I think we can fold this in half. And, should have 6 inches, which should be perfect. So let's find a place to sneak that in here. And I do love that it's two-sided. Even though it's directional, it's still two-sided. So we'll see where we can pop it. So has anybody done a book like this? Send some to New York. I know, that's why I keep saying, you guys send me some snow, I'll send you some heat. We'll exchange. I wish it was snowy. My daughter went to Colorado for Christmas, so they could experience the cold. So we need a few more pages. You know, we're getting it, it's getting kind of chubby, but we still need a few more pages in there. And I do want to put this yellow polka dot because it just, it just seems like it's definitely very Tweety to me. But I think it's taller than 7 inches. Yeah, it's 8 inches tall. So we have to snip some of that off. And this is only one-sided, so, but that's okay because we can make a pocket out of it or do something really cute. So this is a nice, cute yellow paper that'll go in here. And I'm just making sure I have at least something in between each one of these pages, or 2. And put that in there. But I've done the upcycle on a little golden book before, but I've never done one that was just like a kid's, you know, reading book. So we do have to, now I am noticing something here, so let me just tap this down. So this one has to be cut down And then this one needs to be cut down because it is coming out of the book. Now, I'm not sure if that would bother you or not, but it kind of bothers me that I can see this. So I can take my scissors, see how well our Tim Holtz scissors work, right? And I'm just going to trim. Oh, they work very nicely. Just so you don't see it sticking out. Because that would just bother my eyes. Alright, so we got that stuck out. So this one definitely has to be cut down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the original and feel like I'm in a whirlwind here. And I'm going to take a pencil, if I can find my pencil. And then I'm going to just get it close to the bottom. And then I'm just going to take my pencil and trace. And then we'll cut that edge so it doesn't stick out. Because I kind of want it to be a signature within a signature, right? I don't know. Like I said, I've never done one like this before, so is that the right way? Yep. Like, is that the right way the butterflies are going? So now I'm just trimming out the curve from the book. And hopefully we'll get this all sewn together and get it pretty close to being done. And this is what I do when I'm fussy cutting and the paper gets in my way. I just trim it off and then continue on. Especially since my hands are in such a mess these days. I am bound and determined to not let an accident to my hands keep me from doing what I want to do. Hi, Subi. I can't wait to see your craft room all finished. You're back on. So now this kind of fits inside. There's still a little bit right there. And we can put that in our page. The butterflies. So we still need a couple more pages. I have a doily and a couple of little things to add. We still have our two covers, and we've got some, I just got some tags that came out of one of my folders, so I want to put in, I was wondering where all my other pages were. I'm not sure I'm going to put in the napkin just yet. I might Mod Podge that. But I have this book that had these yellow and white papers, and I thought they were so cute. So we're going to sew in, trying to see if I can get two of them off at the same time. So I could sew them together. But the way they're glued, that's not going to work. So I can either put them all in. I think if I sewed it, I think it would pull apart. Like that. That's what I was worried it would do. So this one might stay together. So I'm going to put this one in if I can. And we'll put this one in here. And hopefully it'll stay together when I sew it. And then I want to put a couple of them in the bottom. So I'm just going to take this to make like a pocket, and then we'll sew that in. Oh, boy, it's getting big already. Because I want her to be able to journal in it if she wants to journal in it. And then I have some cute doily papers. Hi, Cindy. She's the one that Cindy's the one that gave me this little book that we're using. So I'm happy to be using it. So let's find a spot to put this cute doily. I got two things in there. So So let's move this over and we'll have, might be able to put that there. I think I'll put it on this side. Like I said, I'm just trying to make sure I don't lose the integrity of my book. And I am going to put this white paper in here. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm folding it up. And then we'll sew it in like so it'll have a pocket. I don't want it with that other white one. And we can put it here. And let me see what else we have. Now, I had this really neat wallpaper, and to be truthful with you, I had this wallpaper up in my house at one time in my life, about 35 years ago. And it's so funny that I was gifted it. But I was thinking of using one of it as a page in my book. But it does have that self-adhesive on the back. So if you dip this in water, it would already have the glue on it and you could put it on the page. So I think we'll leave it out and we'll do something fun and see if we can get it to adhere. It's too bad it's not big enough to go inside the cover, but we might be able to glue it to the inside of the cover. That would be fun. So let me at least draw it out while I have the book apart, because I think we'll do that. We'll try and glue this in the book. And I'm just going to go ahead and trace that. And then I'll cut that out and I can glue that in later. But I'll have the image that I need. So we're just going to say right there and right here. So now when I cut this out, we can glue that to our page. And that'll be super cute for the inside of the book. So we'll save that piece. And what else do I have in my bag of tricks? I was just going through anything I looked at that looked kind of Tweety-ishy. Is that a word? And I have all kinds of cute cards. And I have these, now I knew the name of this before I started. What's this paper called again? And we can make pockets with it. And I'll figure it out. I had it in my head before I started. You're working. I'm waiting for a snowstorm to arrive. Oh my goodness. I'm waiting for a snowstorm too. We're supposed to get colder weather. I think in 2 days it's supposed to drop down into the 30s. So let's put this one in. And I think really we have enough papers, to be truthful with you. I think we'll have more than enough papers. And I'm keeping the little trims that we have right now because we can always add those as pockets or belly bands. So this has that kind of pretty color there. And this one, and the polka dots. And I wanted to put a bag in. Oh my goodness, I still have like 10 pages over here I want to put in. What am I going to do? This is A Day at the Beach. But the colors to me just seem like it would have been so pretty. Swishing it is. But it just looked like this book. But we'll hold off. We might make pockets out of that one. But I do have this cute paper that came from another book. I think it's something in the Beanstalk. So it's really old. Look, it's even cracking. So I'm not, look at it, just cracked. That's how old this book is. The paper literally cracked when I folded it. So that tells me we can't sew it in, but we can use it for other stuff. So, yeah. I might have wanted to look at the number off of that book before I just tore it apart, right? So let's put in a paper bag, because those are always fun. I think we'll put that in the smaller journal, because it has more room in the smaller one. And then I have a smaller doily that we can put in on the smaller one. And I'm just going to bend it up because it's a little too big. And I think we're gonna call this book Fat Enough. She's gonna be a chubby wubby. Hi Cheryl, how are you? You would like some snow too. I know, all the people that have snow don't want snow, and all the people that don't have snow want snow. It's like if you're blonde, you want brunette. If you're brunette, you want blonde. Just the way it is, huh? We always want what we can't have. And this came from another comic book, and I thought that would be cute to put in. I think I'm just going to fold it kind of off-centered a little bit. And it will fit in this other book. So we really do have quite a bit going on in this other book. So let me just put that there, and we'll see if we have room for this comic. It's cute too. I like comics, and I know if Kathy's husband looks at the book, he'll get a joke out of it because he loves comics too. And Kathy loves comics because, look, she loves Tweeties. She's always loved Tweety Bird Cheeks. Ever since I've known her, she's been a Tweety fan. Look at that. I have the big one and the little one in here. What? Let's take the little one out, because I put the big one in the same place. And then we are going to call this book Full. So let's see if we can put it back together and sew it in, and then we can see if we can decorate. So how's our time? 30 minutes. Okay, so let me just see what I have. Like all these really cute papers. I'm just going to move them off my desk for the moment, and we'll use all of those to decorate with. And I have some more writing paper. I have some whimsical papers that we can use to make pockets with. So we need to put back our original cover. And we need to put back this original cover, because I do want her to know that she's reading two separate books here. A book within a book. Now, I could sew this one in as a separate one back here. But I don't think my spine would handle it that way. So I think we're gonna have to really sew this baby back in like this. And it will be a chubby, as they call it, chubby wubby. I'm seeing if I can scoot this one page down or if it needs to be trimmed, because I don't like how it is poking out of the top either. So let me find that page. It's the page, it's this page. So let me just snip off the top of that. And then we'll put it back in. I don't want it sticking out past the book. And we'll add lace and all the cute stuff, because she likes lace and she likes pretty things. I'm going to move the scoreboard out of the way. And let me catch up on comments. Hi, Becky. How are you? Kathy who? Her name is Kathy Baker. She does come on here every now and then. I don't see her. Hi, Missy. Thank you for coming on. And she used to live in the same town I lived in for like 20 years. Well, I think she still lives there, so she's outlived me in the town. But I lived there a little bit before she moved in. She got the dance journal back when I made the dance journal. So this paper's sticking out past that. So I don't like that. So we can trim it, I guess, after it's put in, or I can go like this and try and trim it now. And I think I'm going to just try and snip off a little bit of it. I don't know. I think I can deal with it until afterwards. Okay, so let me get the clips out. Because we're going to have to clip, clip, and clip, clip, clip. We're going to have to clippy clip. So let's get this book all patted down. Yeah, that's going to bother me big time. So let me just go ahead and fix it now. So I'm just drawing my pencil mark. And I'm just going to nip that right now. Now it's in there. I'm going to have to probably do the same thing on the other side. It's just the little things that bother you in life, right? Why is it that little things bother you? I do like my new Tim Holtz scissors. They're neat. They're very comfortable in your hand. They cut backwards for lefties. Alright, so we got that out. Okay, so let's clip this book. I just really want it to stay together. So that one's clipped, and we'll put another clip on the bottom. Or maybe right here. Do you want it to stay together? Like I said, I want it to be a book. It's a book within a book. So now that one's good. So now we just have to get this one all nice and tight. Hi, Linda. Thank you for coming on. It's going to be, I think, a fun book. I really do. Hi, Becky. How are you? What are you up to today? Are you going to go live later? I loved your singing the other day, or your playing the other day. It was very nice of you to give us a concert. So I'm going to just clip this one. And I just really, 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 really want it to be tight. Because we have to get that other one sewed in it. Alright, so we have that, and we have this. But this is kind of tweaking, so somewhere we must have a page that's going. If we don't fix it now, you cannot fix it after you get it sewn together. So you might as well just stop and get it fixed. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to put one on this side. Because I've tried it. I've tried to like switch it over after the fact. It just don't work. It don't work. So now let's put this in. And we're just going to kind of go through these holes right here. Like I said, it will be a chubby, but that's okay with me as long as this spine holds up. So I don't really have this color blue. I have kind of a pinkish red. So when all else fails, use black or white. So I think we will use black because Sylvester is in black. So I'm going to use 1, 2, 3, and some. And then, what's anybody saying? Yes, her playing was so beautiful, wasn't it? was so good. No live today. Yeah, everybody's busy. I wanted to take down my Christmas stuff, but I need to scrub the containers that were in it. So I am going to find it's a very long needle, but it's the thinnest needle I have. I'm afraid to put too big a holes in it. So we're gonna take 3 of our awls, and we are going to find our center first. And this is where I wish I had that great tool or a book. I do have a book here. Let's see if we can use this book. Somebody had this idea where you put the book open and then you go down through, and it helps you go down through the spine of your book straight. So let me go there. I got one in. Now, because this book is shorter than the other book, I'm going to go all the way into here, into the second book, so it won't be sewn up there. So it's almost going to be sewn, oh, don't fall on me, almost 2 inches from the top and almost 2 inches from the bottom. Because I do want to make sure that we catch all of the pages. And that went through. And let's do the last one. We're in like Flynn. I know Jamie uses this technique. And that helped us really get into the center perfectly. I don't know if you can see, but we did make the center of the spine. So that's a great tip if you have a book that you don't mind putting holes in. So I'm going to leave the awls in until we're ready. And let me get my string done. And like I said, I am using a long needle. It's not necessary. It's just the thinnest one I have, and it happens to be long. So, if I missed anybody else, pop in. If anybody sees Jimmy Lou, tell her to feel better. She don't feel good today. So she's probably sleeping like she should be. I think she has the same thing that my granddaughter has. My granddaughter has a flu, or something. She was going to come over, but she was sick. She's had like a migraine and not feeling good for the last few days. So I told her she couldn't come for Christmas because my husband's too old. He can't be around anybody sick. So I'm leaving a tail. And now, normally I go up the bottom, but for some reason the top is calling me today. So that's where we're going to go. And hopefully I can find my way through this book without too much trouble. I am having to separate my page, but that's okay. I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to get upset. I am working with hands that are hurting, so I'm okay if I have to peek. I'm using the table to get through. Because I don't have any strength in my hands the way they're hurting right now. I do have my tool over here I should be using. Man, give me this. There we go. I just don't have any strength in my hands right now because of this side's burnt. And this side's burnt. It is just not playing nicely. So I'm going to go through the first hole. And then I'm going to go through the second hole here. Oh, man, I just do not have any strength. Don't have any strength. And we are going through an awful lot of papers. I didn't count them, but I know we are. Okay, so now this one's going to be fun, getting back in through the center. But I am okay with taking my time and trying to get back through. Because the whole deal is to make sure that it's pretty when we're done. It is not a matter of speed. So don't fret with yourself if you have to take an extra minute, you know. Just have fun putting it together. And then we can make it tight. I'm like, did I put it the right direction? I'm checking after we get it hooked. Okay, which one of you is free? Okay, so let's take this sharp thing away. And now we're just going to start pulling and tugging and pulling and tugging just to make sure we're tight. We're tight. We could be a little tighter, I think. So I'm just going to pull. We need one string on one side and one string on the other. And we're just going to pull, pull, pull. Not so much that we start tweaking the book. That's when you pulled too far. So, hi Brenda Benoit, how are you? Did you have a good Christmas? So now we can pull our clips off. I think we're okay. We can put our needle back in. Can't even get the needle thing open. I'm telling you, it's been a doozy of a time with these hands. Only because I've got to get hay out of the back of my truck, and I can't even get my fingers under it because I got burns underneath my fingers. I'm in a pickle. I should say my horse is in a pickle. I got to get the hay out of the back of my truck. So we have all of that. We have all of our tools set. I think I put everything away so we can get this out of the way and I don't have to worry about it falling. And voila, we can put this in a bow. So that's good. I'm glad you had a wonderful time. We had a nice quiet day. It was actually fun. You know what? Oh, phew! I thought I had it upside down, but the whole book is upside down. So there we go. Scared you? No, it scared me actually. I'm like, are you kidding me? I put this thing upside down. But technically I didn't. I just had the whole book upside down. So now we have a book within a book. So we can take a look. I'll put it your way. And we have lots of pages to make pretty for her. And hopefully, like I said, hopefully when she gets to the center, she'll realize that this is a different story. And then she'll read this story on its own. So we have that. We have this cute book with all the cute stuff to decorate. And I can't wait to start decorating. So we can just get busy decorating. We still have some time. It only took us 49 minutes to build these two signatures and put them in. I didn't get anything on this, but that's okay. We can, maybe we can Mod Podge this napkin on here, and that would be cute. And maybe on the front we can do the same thing with this. And, but it's cute. I think it's a cute updo of a cute book. And I can't wait to start making pockets and waterfalls, and I don't know if the waterfall will fit in here. It's a pretty big book. So let me find my hand, and we'll just start with this first page, and we'll just make something cute out of it. Now, like I said, I am going to cut this, and I'm going to see if my cutter will cut this. let's see. Like I said, this is pretty thick wallpaper. I know it has the glue on the back because like I said, I have used this wallpaper in my house about 35 years ago. It's not my own. I didn't buy it. Wish I would have had one of these boards though when I was putting wallpaper up. So we can even use this as a belly band. That'll be cute. So let me put this away. That cut really nicely though. And we'll get our Tom Holtz new scissors out. I have all 3 sizes. My husband or Santa brought me all 3 sizes. So let's just, I am going to spritz the back of this, and I'm gonna see if that glue that's on here will hold, or if I have to add more glue. I probably will have to add more glue. Might not be a wise idea. I think I'll put water on a sample of it first. And then we'll see what it does before I mess up the book, right? But I think this water paper is just amazing. So that's gonna fit right here. And that's going to be beautiful inside this cover. So let's just spritz. I do have a little bit of water right here. And I'm just going to spritz a little bit just to see what this does. And like I said, I think it really does have that. It does have the glue on it. Because I can feel it on my finger. But I don't think it will adhere. I don't think it'll work to the book. So it is tacky, but I don't think it'll just stay on that book forever. So we'll just use glue. But I wanted to see if it still had the glue on it from 70 or 40 years ago. This is old wallpaper, I can just tell you. I don't think they still make it, but they might. So let's get our, I'm going to use fabric tack for sure. And I was talking with Angie earlier about glue bottles and glue stuff and glue tools and glue tips. And I do have the standee. I haven't really used it because it does work very nicely with this bottle. This bottle of glue doesn't really fit too well in my thing. It will work, but it's too heavy, and I believe it leaks out when you do it. This bottle, it will work, but it has that extra fine tip on the end, and I'm not sure what will happen if I just leave that fine tip. I'm not sure. Hopefully it'll keep it from coming out. And then this is the small bottle of art glitter glue. And it actually has a really nice tip on it. It's not a fine tip, like a precision, but it is very small tip. So I think that's what we're going to use because I need a little bit more glue than I do on the fine tip. And see, it gives you a really nice glue flow. Where that fine tip one, I would really have to be pushing to get any kind of glue like this out. And I said I was going to use fabric tack, and I did not. So, there you go. I got sidetracked. So we ended up using art glitter glue, and hopefully that will be enough to hold this down. I did put quite a bit on there. So it should work. Oh, that's so pretty. It brings me back so much memories of when my little girl, she's 49 years old. And I used this wallpaper when she was a baby. So that is just amazing. I couldn't believe it when somebody gifted it to me. And I was like, this is the wallpaper I had when my kids were little. So I do think I like the tip on this bottle. Now I do have just made a little glue dangly thingy, and it doesn't rust in this one because it's plastic. So if this was metal, then it would. Use press and seal, and it will get sticky, icky replaced. Oh, okay. I did burn my thumb. I burnt it very badly. And I burnt this side. And I burnt there. And I burnt there. And I burnt there really bad. And then I slammed this one in the door today. So my hands don't really want to work. And this is an old burn that's just now healing up. So my hands hurt. We got the wallpaper at the retreat. Okay, that's where I wasn't sure if it was at the retreat or where we got it at. But I'm loving it. I might have to trim it a little bit because it is a little bit bigger than my book. I thought I had it perfectly. I will trim that down after it dries. Or I will distress it so you can't really tell, but you can see it a little bit there. But press and seal. Press and seal. You mean like the paper that you use for to seal up your bowls in your kitchen? That press and seal? And iron it on like you would do Mod Podge. Well, this is holding up very nicely. I can tell that there's no like gaps or anything coming up. There is a wrinkle right there, but that was in where the wallpaper had been folded. But I think I might look for more wallpaper. I'm kind of liking the wallpaper on there. I wish there would have been enough of this wallpaper to do the back cover, but this is all that's left. And that's not enough to do the back cover. But we will definitely use it as a belly band. So I'm not sure what we'll put on the back cover yet. I could use a napkin, but I think this napkin repeats, doesn't repeat in the center. I could do that. But then it's upside down. See how? So it doesn't work for me. Might work for some, but it doesn't work for me because it's upside down. The flowers would be upside down. That doesn't work for me. So, hi Linda Martin, how are you? You might have more of that. Well, let me know if you do, because if you do, I would love to put it on the back cover. So I would need 7, what did we say this was, 7 by 7? Or 8 by 8. I would need an 8 by 8 piece, Jimmy Lou, if you still have it. I'm over here trying to fan myself with this. I'm having one of Jimmy Lou's hot flashes. No, I'm just teasing. So what are we going to do here? We got to do something. We got that first page, and I'm loving it. I love that wallpaper. So I'm not going to do anything on this front right here. I might put lace around later. So let's do something on this page. Let's find something to do here. So I do want to make cute pockets. That does not go with that at all. At all. I do have a green paper down here. So I still need to find, you know, some fun stuff to put. And, oh, you know what? I made that yellow. This would be cute. I made this last night. Jimmy Lou showed us how to make this. And that might be cute put in there. So let me just see if I have something to distress the edges with that would go all right with this book. I know I don't have anything yellow. and a small, or in a distress oxide. Now I do have some yellow in a different brand of inks. Let me see. That's more of a gold. Do I have a yellow? Do I have a yellow? Every color but the one you want, right? That's how it goes, right? Every color but the yellow you want. I bought a couple of these little cheap kits here just so I would have extra colors. Got a lot of greens. Purple. There's an orange. There's part of a blackened yellow. I don't have a yellow. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness sakes. All right, no yellow. But I think this orange might be cute. Just like how quickly I switched from that. All right, let's put those away. My daughter gave me these Louis boxes, and I put all of my little cute inks inside of there. We're in there right. So let's just go ahead and we'll just do a little bit of this orange. I'm going to take this one off because I think it had black on it. We'll put a new one of these on here. And I'll just kind of do a little bit around with pick up the orange from behind. You need some of the, didn't you get it at the wallpaper? You didn't get any? Well, we'll have to wait for Jimmy Lou to put it on sale next week. So let's just see if we can highlight a little bit of this with the orange. Now, depending on how you lay this in, will depend on whether or not you get 10 or 12 pockets, you know. Right now I think it has 10 pockets. And all I'm doing is trying to just move it out. These are 2 envelopes that I started with. And then I added this yellow to the outside of it. So that's kind of fun, and it's kind of just blending away that white, that stark white. And it kind of goes better with the page that's behind it now. So she had a lot of purple on. I could have done it in purples. So on this one, if I only glue around the edge right here, I can have the pocket behind it, and then there's a pocket there, and then there's a pocket behind there, and a pocket here, and a pocket behind there. So there's a lot of pockets. So I think I will just put the glue around the edges. I think Jamie wants to buy some of that wallpaper from you, Jimmy. So funny. So funny. Why aren't you napping? You couldn't nap? Are you laying down watching me be silly? Watching me craft with 6 fingers I have left that aren't broken or hurt. So I'm just going to plop this down, and then I can show you all the different layers of pockets in this book. But you do need to let it sit for a second. And I have this little pocket or tag. So we have a pocket here, and then this envelope has a pocket, and then behind the envelope has a pocket, and then there's a pocket here, and then behind this envelope, and then behind that envelope is one. So if we counted, okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pockets in that one little envelope. Now, I don't know if you could fill it up and still be able to close it, but hi, Linda Jeremiah, how are you today? Thank you for coming on and watching. So we did kind of run over our hour, which I knew I was going to a little bit. I wanted to get this all put together. And then I think it turned out really cute. I got that on there. So I'm just going to, spend the weekend gathering and getting all kinds of cute stuff to put in it. And decorating. I have no ephemera really. I'll have to make up. That's the only problem when you're doing a book kind of like this. I don't have any ephemera, so I can go hunt on the internet and see if I can find some ephemera, or we can simply make our own. Like this, we can do something really cool with that and wrap it around and it'll be a pocket. So that'll be, that's kind of a pocket within that right there. So that'll be neat to do. But that's what I've got for you today, and let me bring you back up so I can say a proper goodbye, and I can go mend my wounds still. I got to figure out how to get that hay out of my truck. The kids are all gone, so it's just me. And my problem is, I don't know if you're familiar with hay bales, but they're wrapped with wire, or these ones are wrapped with twine. Sometimes I do it with wire. I can't get this hand underneath it because of the burns on this side. I can get this hand under it. Maybe I can get this hand. But I got to get it out of the back of my truck because my horse needs his hay. He's gonna need it. So he don't care that my hand is broken or not feeling well. So that's what it is when you live on a ranch. You got to do what you got to do no matter what. He doesn't care. So anyways, I just want to thank everybody for crafting with Nani today, and thank you for kicking out all our cow patties, and I will see everybody on everybody's pages. Thank you so much for coming in and crafting with Nani. Have a good afternoon. Bye-bye.